The CIA has even admitted that its drug testing on college campuses resulted in the quote-unquote drug revolution of the 1960s. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. I want to comment very quickly here on the on the Food Safety and Modernization Act. I had indicated in a previous video that I was awaiting a call back from the Agricultural Committee of the House on the status of that legislation, which is in that committee right now, but of course I never got a call back, which is not surprising. I should emphasize that the Judiciary Committee did call me back and to tell me about the Blair-Holt bill. But the Agricultural Committee has not done so. So now the House is in adjournment, so I don't expect to hear from them. But I want to bring out a bit of information that is indicative of where this is going, because this is a news story from Yahoo News in which it says private inspections of food companies seen as weak. And that's from the Associated Press. The byline is Ricardo Alonso Zaldivar. And it begins, the mortgage meltdown exposed the weakness of self-regulation in financial markets. Now, the salmonella outbreak is doing the same for the food industry. A House subcommittee Thursday released new documents that showed how private inspectors contracted by Peanut Corp of America failed to find long-standing sanitary problems at company facilities. Peanut Corp is at the center of a nationwide outbreak that has sickened nearly 700 people and is blamed for at least 9 deaths. Lawmakers said the food industry's private inspection system failed to catch filthy conditions because the company itself hired the inspectors. Now here's the part that I really love about this. Quote, "There is an obvious and inherent conflict of interest when an auditor works for the same supplier it is evaluating," end quote, said Representative Bart Stupak, Democrat, Michigan, chairman of the House Energy and Commerce Investigations Subcommittee. He termed it a quote-unquote cozy relationship. Well, let me tell you something. The fucking cozy relationship doesn't begin or end there. There is a fucking revolving door policy in the FDA, in the USDA, in every motherfucking government agency when it comes to inspections, when it comes to approval of drugs, when it comes to any type of oversight. Every single government agency that is in the business of overseeing fucking business is infiltrated completely with ex-business executives. Or, on the other hand, ex-government agencies, when their people leave, they go into the business of running or being significant members of these fucking private businesses. So, if you want to talk about fucking conflict of interest, you better turn around and look in your own fucking eye, you motherfuckers. Because the conflict of interest begins and ends with the fucking federal government and their inspection business in the first fucking place. So now, I see this come out, and I imagine there's going to be some more things come out of this subcommittee investigation, and this is going to put some fire into the Food Modernization Act. So, it bears to keep an eye on, okay? And it bears to keep an eye on for any new legislation or a reworking of that legislation to bring it back into the arena for consideration or possible passage. If you want to talk about conflict of interest, why don't you call your congressman and tell them that you're sick and fucking tired of the USDA being fucking run by former business executives in the very fucking fields they're supposed to be inspecting and ensuring the safety of. And at the same time, tell them that you're sick and fucking tired of when these government agencies and their leaders and their significant people leave the employ of the federal government, they immediately go to work for these same motherfucking companies that they're supposed to be investigating. Now, if there's any fucking conflict of interest, it's right fucking there. Let's see where the fucking buck stops on that point. So just be aware of that. Let's make this an issue. Get conflict of interest out of the motherfucking Congress. Because that's where the fucking bottom line needs to be drawn. Thank you. Good day.